This video goes with Kittel and Hoffer, Introduction to Biblical Hebrew, Lesson 19, focusing on PL imperatives as well as pausal forms. The sentence for this lesson is this one. Let's try pronouncing. Ve'amarta daber Adonai ki shomea avdecha. Ve'amarta daber Adonai ki shomea avdecha. Okay, so a few things we know right off the bat. This is our proper name, the Lord, Adonai. This is a vocabulary word meaning that, or for, or because. Here, it's going to mean for. Ve'amarta, to parse this word, fairly clear by now. The root is amar, stem. You see the comments in the first syllable, followed by the patach in the second. So this is simply a cal affix. Our affix is ta, second masculine singular, and the special feature is the vav reversive. So to translate, and you will say, masculine singular, ve'amarta, and you will say. Now here's another verbal form that we ought to recognize. So here, the root, simply shin mem ayin. The stem, again, kal. The form, shomei, plus a furtive patach. So the OA vowel form is the marker of the kal active participle, and this one is masculine singular. No special features. So this one means is listening. Okay, so here's where we are. After we've looked at the things that we already know well, we have two words that are left, daber and avdecha. So let's start with daber. Okay, before we can parse this word, we need to think about PL imperatives. So the PL imperative, just like the cal imperative, is formed by removing the prefix from the second person prefix form. So if we want to make the masculine singular PL imperative, the first thing to do is get the PL prefix second masculine singular form, which is tefaked. Remember the prefix PL strong form has the shva under the prefix and then the a vowel pattern and the dagesh in the second radical. So if we remove our prefix, then we get paked. And this is just the masculine singular PL imperative form, paked. Notice the vowels here are simply replicated over here. No changes whatsoever. This means visit, you masculine singular entity. Now if we want to look at masculine plural, then tefakdu, take our prefix off and we get pakdu. Notice that there's no vowel changes here either. Nothing to resolve as there was in the cal. The dagesh in the pei is simply a dagesh leni because this is bagad kfat letter. It has no grammatical significance. Pakadu, visit, you masculine plural things. For the feminine singular, second feminine singular prefix, tefakdi, remove the prefix and we get pakdi. And again, no vowel changes here. Visit, you female entity, and then tefakedna becomes remove the prefix, becomes pakedna. Visit, you feminine plural entities. Okay, so now we are able to parse this form, daber. This is simply davar, PL, imperative, masculine singular, no special features. And it means speak, masculine singular. Alright, now we have our word avdecha. So in order to understand avdecha, we need to review our possessive suffixes. We've seen these frequently of late. So third masculine singular, either vav or holim vav. Third feminine singular a with the feminine period or the mapik or sometimes ha. Second masculine singular, ha. Second feminine singular, ch. First common singular, either e or I. Plural forms, hem or just mem. Feminine, hen or just n. Second masculine plural, kem. Second feminine plural, ken. First common plural, nu. Our form in avdecha is cha, second masculine singular possessive suffix. Okay, before we can talk about our form avdecha, we need to talk about this form avdecha. Avdecha is simply eved plus cha, second masculine singular possessive suffix. This means your servant. Now, this form is not exactly the same as our form, avdecha versus avdecha. And you'll also notice that the form in the sentence has this little mark here next to the vowel. Now, what we're looking at here is the pausal form. So the pausal form is located at one of the major pauses in the sentence. There are two major pauses, one in the center of the sentence, one at the end of a sentence, and there may be other pauses in the sentence as well. The character that you see in our in avdecha is called an atnach. It marks the pause that's in the center of the sentence. This half verse that we see here has another half, which we don't have given to us. Okay, so pausal forms, words that are in pause, tend to change pointing in the last syllable. So, for instance, the word devarai, meaning my words, devarai, my words. Notice that in this form, which is non-pausal, we have a patach here. In the pausal form, we have a kametz here, and you see the atnach there. So devarai with a patach becomes devarai with a kametz. Similarly, kespecha, your money. Here again we have a shva. This is a non-pausal form. In pause, there you see the atnach, we get kespecha with a segel. So kespecha becomes kespecha. The accent is retracted, the vowel is lengthened. So our form, avdecha, in the pausal here we have the shva. In pausal form becomes avdecha. So this is our form that we have in our sentence. Simply avdecha, your servant, but in pause, so avdecha. One last one we should look at is our form lecha, to you. Pausal form is lach. Notice that the shva here becomes a kametz here. So lecha becomes lach. The other thing that happens, which is slightly confusing, is that our cha, the masculine singular ending, to you masculine, becomes ch. So here we have, instead of lacha, we have lach, but it still means to you masculine singular. So in the pausal form, our chaf with the bow tie becomes chaf with pearls, but nonetheless is still a masculine form. So now we can put together our sentence. And you will say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." Ve'amarta daber Adonai ki shomea avdecha. And you will say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." So nice work. That's it for lesson 19. Do the exercises, keep reviewing your verb forms, and I'll see you in class.